What's going on, everybody? GemMint here, and yes, I am at home, not at New York Comic Con. I wasn't able to make it, and I'm feeling a little bit jealous. I'm seeing everybody out there having a good time, but our boy Very Gary's out there. He's got a booth at booth 2911 selling comic books, and he got me some exclusive footage of the XM Studios booth before the doors open, so there isn't people walking around. It's clear. Very good footage for somebody who doesn't do statue reviews. So big shout out to Very Gary. Check him out and subscribe to his channel if you're into like key issue comic books, CGC unboxings, and more. Also, before we jump into this tour, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. We got a big giveaway going on for our next subscriber milestone of 150K, and we're giving away a Deja Thoris premium format by Sideshow. Stay tuned till the end of the video, and I'll give you more details on that. But for now, let's jump on into this tour. Alright guys, so it starts off with some familiar pieces from the DC Samurai line. We have the Joker Orochi statue. You guys may have seen that I reviewed the prototype of this guy sometime last year. It has a huge base with that serpent wrapped around it. Great details there. I really like the portraits on this guy. Let's see, which one are they having him rock? Yeah, the licking the sword one. That was my favorite one. Then we're moving over here to the Penguin Daimyo, I believe is what it was called, which I reviewed the prototype of this. It's kind of like your penguin on throne. A lot of cool little Easter eggs and fun things that surround the base. And you got your kind of like couple of different switch outs for Penguin. Got the gangster vibe, the samurai vibe, the penguins with dynamites in their backpacks. And actually, I did review this prototype as well, the Batman Shugo, which is Batman on this type of bat light, but more of a samurai style. This one had a lot of different switch outs too for like the version B. I like that mask, that kind of samurai mask with the teeth there. So kind of just showing off their samurai line with these three pieces. Stuff that we've seen, but nice to see them again. Production pieces as well. And on to some new stuff. So these are some Godzilla busts. They got the Godzilla license and they've cranked out some busts and a diorama, which we'll see here as well. Loving how the scales look. You got the spikes on the back, kind of subtle. And along with Godzilla, they got Space Godzilla. Now, I'm not familiar with the movie. I wasn't really a Godzilla guy growing up. I always liked the design though. This one looks amazing. Like the sculpt with like that kind of red fire underneath his chest. That looks dope. And then, of course, moving on to the diorama. So, Space Godzilla vs. Godzilla from the 1994 Japanese movie, I believe. Yeah, man, it kind of reminds me of like Prime 1 with like their Godzilla vs. King Kong. These big, huge, elaborate dios. I'm not a big enough fan of the franchise to jump in on something like this. I think it's cool. And I do think that the original teaser pictures didn't do it justice from other pictures that I've seen XM release since then, and even now in person. You could definitely see the quality in the sculpt and the scales and textures on the body, the diorama scene with that bridge and the buildings and the spikes coming up. These guys are so massive with their tails just sticking out so far. Very cool, man. I mean, if you grew up on this stuff, like how I grew up with like Marvel Comics, I could see somebody going crazy over this. Man, what an impressive piece, man. You can see it's on these two big, huge tables. I like the details on Space Godzilla. It makes me want to check out the movies, man. Wondering like what those weird crystal things are on his shoulder. And on the inside of his gut there looks funny too, man. Now, this one, I believe this is the Jungle Queen. I think it's Sheena the Jungle Queen. Another franchise I'm not really familiar with, but interesting to see XM go after these different licenses from, you know, from Godzilla to now Sheena. Digging the base, you got those little compies like Jurassic Park type dinosaurs. The moss and trees and kind of wildlife in this base look great. Gary swinging around here for the money shot. I see you, Gary. I like the pose and the anatomy. It reminds me of like pinup girls. Now here we go. The Wonder Woman David Finch diorama to follow up their Batman Sanity piece. And as you can see right now, all of these villains are unpainted. It looks like you got Ares there, Cheetah. Kind of hard to make out some of these guys, but a nice job here. I'm digging this diorama, especially if you got Batman Sanity. You put together these kind of little heroes versus villains setups Loving the columns, very godlike. You guys do me a favor, let me know in the comments below who are all the villains that you could spot on this dio. I'm not really up on all the Wonder Woman rogues gallery. Now onto their 1/6 line. So we have the Catwoman statue here. Great details in that gargoyle, that patent leather costume. Very nice. Got Bizarro. Was always a huge fan of the design of this statue. I really dig this one. Next to him, you got Black Suit Superman busting out of that containment chamber. You got the water whooshing up there as well. This one looks great. It's a cool line to collect. See that huge Godzilla dio in the back. Got Lex Luthor in his Superman armor. Looks pretty cool. I'm digging this one as well. Got Superman's cape in his hand. Typically, you see him in like a green suit. So I forget which comic series that's from. Then we have the Super Sons, Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne. 1/6 scale diorama. That's pretty cool. You know, Prime 1 has a 1/3 scale one, so then this one is a more compact version with obviously a different sculpt. Then Hawkman, always an impressive statue with those feathered wings. I really like how they did the details on that one. Kind of shooting himself in the air. He's got his mace. Very cool. And then we have Green Arrow here. Green Arrow. I think this is the first time I've seen this one. Kind of leaning back in an action pose, ready to let that arrow go. And lastly, we have Reverse Flash here. So that's pretty cool. Their Flash is on the Cosmic Treadmill. This one is Reverse Flash. Very dynamic. The red electricity looks great. Pretty cool, man. Yo, big shout out to Very Gary. Thank you so much for getting us this footage. And man, you might have a future in statue reviews. Maybe I better be quiet. I don't need you taking my job. Let me know what you guys thought about the XM Studios booth in the comments down below. What I really like to see was that Wonder Woman David Finch dio. I think that looks really cool. And I might be getting the Batman Sanity color version in, so I might have to jump on this Wonder Woman one. Like I said, make sure to hit that like, be subscribed, hit the notification bell. We're doing the giveaway for the Deja Thors once we hit 150K, and that's all you gotta do. Once we reach the milestone, we'll go live, pick a random video where I promoted the giveaway, and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. I appreciate you guys watching, but don't go anywhere. I actually have footage from Sideshow Con New York 2021, as well as this and statue unboxings, new comic book days, and all that good stuff. Stay minty fresh, y'all. Peace.